All right, guys, let's start off with a performance for a change. I'm using these awesome deck of cards. All right, we're gonna use this deck of cards here. Let's move this light over. I don't know if you guys can. I move the light so you guys can see. But we're gonna use this deck of cards. I'm just gonna riffle through them, and I want you guys to look at one card and just try and memorize the one you see the most. Obviously not the Ace of Diamonds, because it's too obvious. Is that a little too quick? Do it one more time. All right, here we go. Okay, hopefully you guys got a card from that jumbled mess. Now, I know exactly what card you guys are thinking of. Where'd I put that reveal anyway? It's over here maybe? Could have sworn I promise you guys I had a reveal. It's somewhere. Okay, King of Spades. I think that was it. Guys, it's so hot in this room. That's where it went. I was wondering. Anyway, guys, welcome back, you magic junkies, to another episode of Fluffy Flamingos, a tutorial. We're gonna be teaching you guys an awesome card force called the Sight Force. This is an extremely fun and convincing way to force your spectator to think of a very specific card. Sorry if my hair's a mess. Growing it out has been quite the pain. Sometimes it looks like this, sometimes it looks like, you know, that last episode. But try to make it work as best as I can. This force is very useful and unique, but when you get really good at it, it's usually about a 90% success rate. So it needs a lot of practice to get to that point, but don't worry, it's pretty easy to get a grasp of what you're doing. It's just a little bit knacky, and we'll talk about what exactly is the knack and how you can overcome that. So you already saw how it looks. Let's go ahead and teach you guys how to do it. All right, guys. We're gonna be at chest level for this episode because you're gonna have to see at this point how to do the force. And I think this is the best way to show you guys. And then we're also gonna get a point of view style for this because there's gonna be a lot behind the scenes, directly behind the deck, that you're gonna need to see. So I say we just dive right into this. Let's give this a lower angle. Perfect. All right, the Sight Force. What is it about the Sight Force that makes you pick a specific card? The basic engineering behind it is one card is sticking out of the deck like this. And in the performance, you can't see it because I'm holding the deck and hiding this bottom card. Now, when I'm riffling through these cards, because there's a card popping out, there's a split second where you're gonna see one card more than the rest. Should be this one. Now, the 9 of Hearts in this case will be showing more because there's space to show you a millisecond more. So it should stick in the memory easier. And if you just riffle, it should just stop. And that's not how this effect is supposed to go. You're going to riffle all the way through. And the key to this trick, the knacky part, is getting the rhythm just right so it doesn't look like you did that. So the last thing you want is to riffle and then stop and then keep riffling. It's just too obvious and you're not gonna get away with anything. But if you do it just right, it should look something like this. You should have seen the 9 of Hearts the most without, you know, looking too suspicious. So we're gonna talk about how to get a card prepared for this. Because if you're doing just like walk around and you don't have too much time to prep, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it really quick. And then I'm also gonna teach you guys how to reveal the card, get into that rhythm and everything. So I say, let's just dive into the actual mechanics. All right, let's talk about getting into the routine really quick. So like I said, you're hopping around, going for some street magic or something. You want to get into this effect rather quickly. So the first thing you're going to do is riffle the back of the cards with your thumb, and you're going to look for a face card within the top third of the deck. So we're going to start riffling through, and right about here we have the Queen of Hearts. So what you're going to do is you're going to riffle up, find your card, and you're going to get a pinky break. So let's rotate here. So we got a pinky break, and what you're going to do is you're going to pull a card out and out jog it like that. All right, so let's walk through that really quick. All that you're doing, let's zoom in here, is pulling down with your pinky and to the side, okay? I'm not pulling straight down. If I'm pulling my card to the side and then straightening it with my pinky, and you get an out jog. You're going to riffle through the cards, look for your face card, let's say Queen of Hearts, get a pinky break right here. And again, that is just the flesh of your pinky holding the break, and then you're going to pull to the side and then straighten it with your pinky. Here, you're going to just extend it out a little bit with your hand, and that's fine. But now you're ready for your trick. You know exactly what you're forcing, and that's about it. You're all set. So from here, you're going to just move your hand down and get ready for the trick and riffle. And now they think of the Queen of Hearts. So if you just want to practice the out jog, just get a random break and start pulling cards out of the middle and adjusting with your pinky. So just go in somewhere, break it out just like that. So at this point, you should be able to riffle through your cards, find a face card that is in the top half somewhere. At this point, you should be able to pull the card out with the side jog, and then just pull that card out, and you are all set for your trick. Then you're going to riffle and have them see the King of Spades the most, or whatever card you landed on. So this is the important thing. If this is in Mechanics grip and they see this, you're in trouble. So one important thing to note is to point the cards, just the front side, at the eyes of the spectator. So right now I'm using the camera, here's the eye. So I'm pointing the deck right at their eye. Then when I go into performance stage, I move my hand down and I re-grip down here. And all I'm doing is this, just gripping them. Here you are, and then you're gonna readjust. And you say, we're gonna riffle through the cards just like this. I want you to look at a card and just memorize the one that you see the most. Just not this one, because it's too obvious. And you wanna say that statement. You don't want them to pick this card. You don't want like a nitpicky heckler or anything, so just get rid of this from the equation. So you're going to riffle the cards, and I want you to just practice without anything. Just practice riffling the cards like normal. How does that look naturally? Because this is the movement that you're going to mimic in front of your audience. Just keep riffling the front of the pack, get a good feel for it. And once you've got that feel of just riffling up and down, go ahead, just stick a card in and start practicing like that. Try and go just as fast. Just keep going over and over again until it feels normal. Once you've got that feeling of skipping over that bump right here where it stops, once you get over that bump, start practicing in the mirror, because I promise you sometimes you're doing it and it's like way too high, it's way too low, and they can't see the cards until you get this movement down of going through, having a slight pause, and then continuing. Eventually you should get something that looks like this. Now, there are hundreds of reveals that you can do for this trick. And I even have a video, should be up here, I think, a bunch of different options on how you can reveal the card to the spectator. Now, I'm going to teach you guys a quick card production. Should take you only a couple of minutes to learn, and then maybe a couple hours to master. But all you need is a single playing card. So we'll just take the 7 of Hearts, for example. We'll leave the deck aside. Let's angle this back up. 7 of Hearts, this is going to be the production that we're showing the spectator. So one option that you can do is produce a playing card like this. How is that done? Just go into a normal palm. If you guys don't know how to palm, it's very simple. Just use the flesh of the palm of your thumb here and your pinky, and there you go, you are palming. Just keep your fingers uniform and tight, and they won't see anything. From here, you're gonna buckle the card. And how you're gonna do that is just by pushing your pinky back. Try that one more time, just like that. Once you reach this stage, this is what they're gonna be seeing. And you are going to use your index finger and your thumb to come together and grab the card. Okay, so one more time. Your card is buckled, and you're going to bring your thumb and index together, and it should naturally pop the card out from beneath your palm. Now, a couple of notes. One thing is that you wanna have your hand end in a position that looks like you're giving something to them. Because if you just do this, it doesn't pop out nearly as much. So there you go, you get that pop. Then the other way to get a really big pop is to open your fingers when you do the production. So if you do it without opening your fingers, it'll look like this, which is pretty boring and lame and easily retraceable. Like they can backtrace and kind of figure out how you did it. So if you open up your fingers as you go, it'll look more clean. All right, guys, that was it for the tutorial. I hope you guys had fun and learned something new, something interesting. And yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. We'll definitely be seeing you guys in the next episode of Fluffy Flamingos, which, if I'm right, yep, should be Silent Minds episode 10. Our mini-series will be coming to a close next episode, but it's a whopper. It's gonna be very exciting. I'm thrilled to show you guys, and yeah, see you guys then.